Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to tackle a challenge that pretty much every German learner runs into, writing that first simple email. But don't you worry, we're going to make this super quick, super easy, and totally painless.
Oh, you know that feeling, right? That little bit of panic when the cursor is just blinking at you. You need to ask a simple question or make an appointment, but your mind just goes blank. Well, that's exactly what we're here to fix, right now.
We are going to walk through 5 essential, basically copy and paste ready email templates for the most common situations you'll face. Seriously, by the end of this explainer, you're going to have a complete toolkit to write with total confidence.
All right, first up, let's talk about professional communication. This is all about making that first contact for things like, appointments or asking for some basic info.
Okay, so check this out. This is a perfect example for making an appointment. See how simple and direct it is? The most important part, really, is that one sentence where you just state what you want. And we're going to look at that right now. So this sentence right here, this is the core of it. Ich möchte is just a wonderfully polite way to say I would like. And the best part? You can just swap out am Freitag for any other day or time. It's a perfect, ready-to-go phrase.
And let's zoom in on the closing here with our first German word spotlight, freundliche Grüße. This is your absolute go-to for a formal closing. It's polite, it's standard, and it fits pretty much any situation where you want to show respect. Honestly, just think of it as a safe and friendly handshake to end your email.
Next up, what if you need to ask for information, let's say about this German course? You'll see the structure is exactly the same. You state your interest, and then you ask your key questions. Let's break down that question part.
And this is just a beautiful illustration of how powerful simple questions can be. Wann for when, wie viel for how much. You can literally just take this structure and adapt it to ask about anything, from a product's price to when the next train leaves.
Okay, let's switch gears a bit. We're moving away from the professional world and into more personal, social stuff. And this is where the language starts to get a little bit warmer. Take a look at this birthday invitation. The tone here is way more personal, right? It starts with Liebe Maria, Dear Maria, and ends with Viele Grüße. This is a great example of how you adjust the formality for friends using the informal du instead of the formal Sie.
And here's our second word spotlight. And honestly, this is like learning a secret password for understanding German. Geburtstag. It's a classic example of how German just loves to build words. You take Geburt, which is birth, and Tag, which is day, and you just mash them together. Birthday. Once you start seeing these patterns, German vocabulary gets a whole lot less scary.
Now for something a bit more formal again, an apology. Something you might send to a professor or your boss. It's super respectful, no fluff, and it gets straight to the point, using one key phrase to do all the heavy lifting.
This key phrase here is absolutely a must-know. Entschuldigen Sie bitte is the formal way to say please excuse. It uses that formal Sie and it just automatically signals respect. This makes it incredibly useful for any situation where you need to apologize formally.
And for our final template, we're covering what might be one of the most important emails you'll ever write, in any language really, the simple thank you.
Here's a fantastic example. What I love about this is how specific it is, thanking her for her quick help. That little detail makes it a perfect thank you email. The real key, though, is in how you say thank you. For our final word spotlight, let's talk about nuance. Danke is your everyday, simple thanks. It's great. But when you want to add a bit more weight, a little more formality, you use vielen Dank. It literally means many thanks, and it just elevates the whole feeling of gratitude. It's a tiny change, but it has a really nice impact. So we've looked at all these different examples. What's the big takeaway here? Well, we've basically just built a simple, powerful toolkit that you can use for any basic email you need to write. And it all boils down to these 4 simple steps. 1. A clear subject line, the Betreff. 2. Pick the right greeting. 3. State your purpose clearly. And 4. End with a polite closing, like freundliche Grüße. Now think about it. Every single email we just looked at followed this exact formula. It's that simple. So really, the only question left is, which one are you going to write first? Maybe you need to finally book that doctor's appointment, or maybe send a quick thank you note to a colleague. Go ahead, give it a shot. You've got all the tools you need now. You totally got this. Hey there, and welcome. So, have you ever needed to write an email in German, stared at that blank page, and just felt stuck? Well, you are in exactly the right place.
Today, we're going to build your confidence and give you a super simple formula for writing great German emails. Let's jump right in.
Yeah, we've all been there, right? That blinking cursor just mocking you. But you know what? That feeling of uncertainty, it ends today. We are going to swap all that guesswork for a simple, repeatable formula that just works.
So here's our game plan for today. We'll start with the big picture, then break it down into 4 simple parts. After that, we'll zoom in on the most important German words you need, and then we'll put it all together with some real-life examples. By the end of this, you'll be all set to go. Okay, first up, writing emails in German. And let me start with the best news you'll hear all day. German emails are incredibly predictable. There's a clear structure that once you learn it, you can just use it over and over again. Think of it like this. We're building with Legos. We're going to give you the exact blocks you need and show you precisely how they click together. The result? A perfect email, every single time. No more guessing. So what are these building blocks I'm talking about? Well, it all boils down to a universal 4-part structure. And this thing works for almost any basic German email you'll ever need to send. First, you've got the Betreff. That's just your subject line. Simple. Next, the Anrede, your greeting. Now, quick side note here, and this is super important. In German, there's a formal you, Sie, and an informal you, Du. For any kind of professional email, you are always going to use the formal Sie. It's the safest, most respectful choice, and it's what we're sticking with today. Got it? Cool. Third is the Hauptteil, the main body of your message. And to finish it off, you have the Grußformel and your name. That's the closing. And that's it. That's the entire framework. 4 simple parts, every single time.
All right, so we have the structure, the frame of our email. Now let's talk about what makes it go. The engine. I'm talking about the verbs, the action words you need to actually get things done.
The very first verb you absolutely have to know is können. This word is a total game changer because it instantly makes a request polite. It turns what could sound like a demand into a gentle question. It's honestly the key to asking for things without sounding abrupt.
Next on our must-have list is bestätigen, to confirm. This is such a great professional word. Whenever you need to lock in an appointment or an arrangement, this verb just does the trick. Ich bestätige. I confirm. It's clear, it's simple, and it's so effective.
So I want you to think of these 5 verbs as your core toolkit. You've got können for requests, bestätigen for confirming, arbeiten for talking about your job, finden for finding solutions, and kommen for attending appointments. These are the real workhorses that will power your emails.
Now, if the verbs are the engine, then we need to talk about the polish. These are the words that add that layer of respect and professionalism, and frankly, they make it a lot more likely that you'll get the response you're looking for. And the most important word of all is, you guessed it, bitte. Please. You can and should sprinkle this word all over your requests. It never hurts and it always helps. Können Sie mir bitte schicken is pretty much the gold standard for any polite request. And its partner in crime is, of course, danke. Thank you. Showing appreciation is just as crucial. A simple danke at the end is great, but if you really want to level up, go with vielen Dank. It means many thanks, and it just shows that extra bit of respect for the other person's time. So, how do you sign off? Well, here is a fantastic example of German efficiency. The standard, safe, go-to closing is mit freundlichen Grüßen. It translates to with friendly greetings, and it is the perfect professional choice for just about any situation you can think of.
Okay, theory is all well and good, but now let's see how this all clicks together in the real world. We're going to dive into 5 complete emails and see our structure, our action words, and our politeness phrases all working together.
Take a look at this first one. It's just a simple request for a form, and there it is right in the body. Können Sie mir bitte schicken? You see our polite verb and our essential please. It's a perfect, simple, and effective request.
Example number 2, confirming a meeting. See how direct and efficient this is? Ich bestätige. I confirm. Our action verb gets straight to the point. There's no fluff, no ambiguity, just clear, professional communication.
So, what happens if you need to complain about something? Well, you just state the problem simply. Ein Teil ist kaputt. A part is broken. Then you immediately propose the solution using our go-to polite request. Können Sie mir bitte ein neues schicken? This approach is firm about the problem, but still totally respectful. Here's how you'd introduce yourself.
Super simple. You state your name, and then you use another one of our key verbs. Ich arbeite im Marketing-Team. I work in the marketing team. It clearly and concisely tells them exactly what they need to know.
And for our last one, canceling an appointment. Notice the combo here. First, leider kann ich nicht kommen. Unfortunately, I can't come. Then you immediately offer a way forward with another polite request. Können wir bitte einen neuen Termin finden? In this one little email, you see 3 of our core verbs, können, kommen, and finden, all working together perfectly.
So there you have it. We've seen the formula, the key words, and some real-world examples. Now let's do a quick little recap of the most essential phrases you've just learned.
Okay, this slide right here is one you're definitely going to want to screenshot. Think of it as your personal cheat sheet. It connects each common situation directly to the exact German phrase you need to handle it. Super helpful to have on hand.
When it all comes down to it, just remember those 3 key pieces. Start with a 4-part structure, plug in the right action words to power it, and then add that all-important layer of politeness. That's it. That is the entire formula for success.
You now have the tools and, hopefully, a lot more confidence. So the only question that's left is, which German email are you going to write first? Thanks so much for watching.
Ever find yourself just staring at a blank email, totally unsure how to even start writing in German? Well, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to master 5 super simple, super essential emails that will get you communicating with confidence. Let's jump right in. Yeah, we've all been there. That little blinking cursor, it's like it's mocking you, right? Writing in a new language can feel pretty intimidating, but seriously, don't sweat it. I got some simple, powerful templates that will get you started immediately. So here's our game plan for today. We're going to start with the easy, friendly stuff, personal emails. Then we'll level up to the more formal business emails. And we'll wrap things up by learning how to give some simple, positive feedback. Sound good? Let's do this. Okay, first up, personal and friendly emails. Think of these as the emails you'd send to people you actually know. Your friends, maybe some family. The vibe here is all about being warm and personal. So let's imagine this. Your friend Anna, she just landed an awesome new job. You want to shoot her a quick email to say congrats. This is the perfect, no-pressure way to practice your German. See how simple and direct that is? It kicks off with a warm Liebe Anna, which is Dear Anna, and then gets right to the good stuff. The friendly sign-off, Viele Grüße, is just perfect for a friend. It's clear, it's sweet, and it works perfectly. Now, the star of this email is congratulations. This is a big one, so let's practice it. Ready? Herzlichen Glückwunsch. Nice. Let's try it again. Herzlichen Glückwunsch. And one more time for good measure. Herzlichen Glückwunsch. Awesome job. All right, next up, a classic holiday greeting. You want to send a simple, festive message to someone you know, maybe a neighbor or a friendly colleague, like Miss Berger here. This is just a perfect little example of how easy it is to spread some holiday cheer. The subject line, Frohe Weihnachten, Merry Christmas, gets right to the point, and the email itself is just one friendly sentence. The closing, Herzliche Grüße, means warm regards. So simple and so nice. Let's really get this essential holiday greeting down. You ready? Frohe Weihnachten und ein gutes neues Jahr. Again, Frohe Weihnachten und ein gutes neues Jahr. One more time. Frohe Weihnachten und ein gutes neues Jahr. You've totally got this. Okay, we've totally got the personal emails down. Now, let's switch gears and head into the world of formal and business emails. The language gets a little more official here, but trust me, it's still super straightforward. Okay, here's a situation I think we've all been in. You paid a bill, maybe online, and you just want a little confirmation that they got the money. A quick, polite email is all you need. Let's break this one down. So instead of that friendly Liebe, we're using the more formal Guten Tag, which just means good day. The request is polite but direct. Bitte bestätigen Sie. Please confirm. And then we just wrap it up with a vielen Dank, a thank you, and the formal closing, freundliche Grüße. Easy. This next sentence is an absolute must-know. It means, I paid the invoice yesterday. Let's practice it. Ich habe die Rechnung gestern bezahlt. Again, a little louder. Ich habe die Rechnung gestern bezahlt. One last time. Ich habe die Rechnung gestern bezahlt. Perfect. Let's just zoom in on a key word from that last email, die Rechnung. This means the invoice or the bill. It's a super, super useful word to have in your vocabulary. And that little word die at the beginning, that just tells us it's a feminine noun. All right, here's another super common real-world situation. You want to go shopping on the weekend, but you're not sure if the store is even open. Time to send a quick email to find out their hours. You know, I love how efficient this email is. It's literally just 2 simple questions. Sind Sie am Samstag geöffnet? Are you open on Saturday? And then ja, bis wann? If yes, until when? It's polite, it's straight to the point, and it gets you the info you need. Fast. This question is so useful, so let's practice it. Let's say it together. Sind Sie am Samstag geöffnet? Good. Again. Sind Sie am Samstag geöffnet? And one more time. Sind Sie am Samstag geöffnet? Fantastic. Okay, last but definitely not least, let's talk about giving simple, positive feedback. This is such a great way to show you appreciate something and to build good relationships, whether it's about a course, a product, or a service. So picture this. You just finished a language course and you absolutely loved it. You want to send a quick note to the school to tell them what a great job they did. This is just a wonderful template for giving a compliment. You can start by saying the course was sehr interessant und hilfreich. That's very interesting and helpful. Then you can add a little something specific, like about the teacher. It's polite, it's positive, and it's really encouraging to hear. Okay, this is the heart of your feedback, so let's really get this phrase down. Der Deutschkurs war sehr interessant und hilfreich. Excellent. Again. Der Deutschkurs war sehr interessant und hilfreich. And one final time. Der Deutschkurs war sehr interessant und hilfreich. You've got this down. So let's do a super quick recap. For your friends, you're going to start with Liebe. For formal stuff, Guten Tag is your go-to. For endings, Viele Grüße is friendly, and Freundliche Grüße is formal. And remember, the most important thing is that simple, direct sentences are your best friend, especially when you're starting out. And that's it. 5 really powerful, really simple email templates to add to your German toolkit. So I guess the only question left is, what's the first German email you're gonna write? Seriously, give it a try. Thanks for hanging out with me and happy emailing.